Hi everyone, happy CX Day. This is Saurabh Mukherjee representing Ipsos CX Malaysia. I am the service line leader for CX in Malaysia. So, what I'm going to talk about today is one of my clients who's very dear to me and dear to Ipsos Malaysia. What we embarked on is creating a customer first culture and not just be fixated on KPIs. This is for Telekom Malaysia. What I'll be taking you through is the contents, which starts off with how we got into this, which is the Telecom Malaysia situation, what was Ipsos's approach, what were the key insights, and what is the impact that we delivered to the client. Telecom Malaysia situation, as you might know, it is the largest integrated telco player for Malaysia. It aimed to understand way back in 2022 its set of customer needs and to create a customer first culture. Now, most of the organizations, most of the brands, they just focus on a key KPI. They don't go beyond that. But it was TM's vision to look at a customer first culture. So they just did want to know that what's their score across businesses, where competition is, and so on. But they wanted to understand how is it that they can improve? What is it that they can do to derive value from the existing CX program back then in 2022? What we did in Ipsos was we implemented a very effective NPS program, which covered multiple products, multiple lines of business, multiple brands, and so on. Now, how we were different and what caught their eye was that we positioned ourselves as CX leaders, and we always pride ourselves in saying that we do challenge the status quo. So we did have a very vast set of conversations, very interesting conversations on how do we derive the sample size, how do we change these existing methodologies, and how do we tailor our offer to meet their needs. So, in order to build trust, it was almost like a viva that happened between the TM board and us, in which they tried to understand how this program makes sense to them. Um, we had a very effective research design, and we looked at the NPS not just as a KPI, but we looked at it as a framework. So it was a broader framework which helped to integrate the different initiatives that they were doing, including the transactional NPS, the VOC program separately, which also led to certain other group of engagements with us, including mystery shopping exercise. As I mentioned before, there were a lot of interesting discussions on what should be the correct sample size. We had discussion on economics. We had discussions on biology. We had discussions on anything apart from telco, just to understand how is it that we derive the sample size as researchers. It was very strategic because we got into a position wherein we viewed their episodes, we viewed their journeys, and we pride ourselves in saying that we introduced CX courses, which was very new to them, and which, in a way, is the emotional connect and which is usually a missing link between KPIs and the functional delivery, which was very well received by the board as well as the different key stakeholders. The impact that we had on CX from Telecom Malaysia perspective is that our efforts led to broadened programs when dealing with them. So we had our mystery shopping, we had our strategy 3 initiatives when it comes to coming up with an SME index. We felt that the partnership was not very functional of a typical client or an agency relationship. We eventually developed deeper emotional bonds, and we are Telecom Malaysia's go-to partner for anything strategic in terms of their initiatives, be it the CX culture, be it the choice for a platform partner, or be it our NPS study. The culture integration, as you would know, that Malaysia has a lot of festivals, it has a lot of events. We do get invites for the Raya events, as we call them, as open house. And the bond has gone much beyond the functional relationship. And we're very proud to be associated and to have a bit of difference in each and every one of their lives.